Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making a different sort of tips video. Usually I make videos on the gameplay side of things, but today I'm going to teach you guys how you can improve your mentality towards NHL and how to prevent yourself from tilting. If you're not familiar with what tilting is, it's a poker term meaning a state of emotional or mental frustration that makes you start playing overly aggressive. I don't think I need to tell you that when you become frustrated, you adopt a less than optimal playing strategy to try and make up for plays that don't go your way. Before I touch on tilting, I want to talk about improving your mentality. Mentality is a separate aspect of the game that nobody really talks about. Having a strong mindset heading into every game keeps you calm and thinking rationally. Having a good mentality and preventing tilt, in my opinion, are two separate things to work on. Mentality typically is a thing to worry about before and after a game, while preventing tilt is something that only really occurs in-game. In order to have a positive mindset before playing, it starts with getting a good night's sleep. Before you skip ahead in the video, life in general just becomes so much better when you get a good 8 hours of sleep every night, waking up energized and ready to go. Now that the boring tips are out of the way, the next tip would be to watch pro play as much as possible. I and many others usually get pretty hyped up to play after watching a pro streamer or watching a tournament or whatever. It's a fact that after watching solid gameplay from someone much better than you, your mindset automatically becomes one of improvement rather than success. And a fun side effect of this is that over time, you actually start to emulate top level play. That leads me to my next tip, which is don't care about your rankings or CR ratings. Sure, having a good CR or finishing high in Hut Champs is pretty fun, but what isn't fun is only playing to maintain a virtual rating. It's much better to go into games with the mindset of just trying to do better than your last game and not caring if you win or lose. Sometimes you play great and lose, but it happens to everyone at some point. A good way to know if you have a bad mindset is asking yourself, am I going to care about that game that I just lost in 7 days? How about a month or even a year? If you say yes, then you need to take a break and think about the why and what the point is. And if you say no, then it means why should you care about a loss now if you won't care about it in a week? Lastly, there's a mindset I like to call positive toxicity. The goal of this isn't to be toxic towards others, but rather to go into every game with the mindset that you're the best player in the lobby. Don't be cocky and don't tell anyone that you think this way, but keep it in your head that you're the best player in that lobby in any given game. Moving on to tilt now, I believe a majority of the EA NHL community is very careless when it comes to tilting. A common theme you see in the community is players consistently blaming the game for their downfalls. Sure, the game isn't perfect, but there is a lot you can control. Now, just a disclaimer, preventing tilt entirely is nearly impossible, but sometimes things get frustrating. The goal here is to minimize tilting as much as possible. So, how do we do this? A good strategy for avoiding tilt in game is commentating over your game as if you were live streaming. This includes calling out your plays out loud or saying your opponent's moves when you read them. Doing this not only makes it much easier for you to counter plays from your opponent, but when you get scored on, you're less likely to blame the game. Calling out all your mistakes will show you that you're probably making more mistakes than you think you are. Next, respect your opponents. You'll get nowhere if you believe that every opponent you play is lucky or just a glitch goaler. Give your opponent some credit when they deserve it. Now, this doesn't mean you have to constantly message them, but respect that they're a good player too, and instead of getting flustered, think of ways to counter their moves. If you're losing a lot of games in a short time period, just stop playing. It does no good to keep taking L's repeatedly, and it's just going to put you in a sour mood. Just put the game down and do something to take your mind off of it. More often than not, 10 minutes later you'll realize you're being silly. Lastly, if you find yourself losing and tilting despite every attempt to stop, just take a break from the game. There's no shame in taking a break for a few days, weeks, or even months. Sure, you may be a bit rusty when you come back, but anything beats being consistently pissed off at the game and losing. So, hopefully I was able to provide some useful tips to those looking for it. If you do have any questions, leave them below in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. Anyways, that's it for me. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Peace.